Okay. So today we're going to take a look at one of the major resources available to students studying at ICHAS, which is our learning management system. The learning management system forms the core of all activities from an information services point of view within the college. Access to our learning management system can be found through what's termed a student portal. The student portal can be found or accessed very readily from our main website. If you're not familiar with it, it's ICHAS.ie. www.ICHAS.ie will take you to the main website. From there, at the very top of the first page, you will see a link to the student portal. If we click on this link, it will take us directly to the login page. So before we continue here, please remember that what we're covering here is covered quite extensively in your Student Information Services Manual. So let's have a look at logging in. So invariably your login will be your student number, and your password will initially be assigned to you, and you will be asked from your initial login to change that password. You should change it to something that you're familiar with, that you're used to using, and that you won't forget very readily. However, there is the facility, as you can see here, that if you forget your username or password, that we can help you recover it. So I'm just going to log in here as a tutor. To show you some of the facilities available. So this is the screen you will be initially faced with when you log in. Here you will see in the main screen, center of the screen, you have links to some of the major resources available for you to use. So we have student services, and this is information relating to administration team, student forms, student handbook services for disabled students, guarded vetting. The BA program link will take you to information relating to all the undergraduate BA and BA honours programs. The Masters link will take you to all the MA programs, information relating to all the MA programs. Lifelong learning, information relating to all certificate and bespoke programs. The exams and assessments link will take you to information relating to exams, assessment, regulations, forms, support, guidelines, etc. The library button takes you access to the online library services. This includes access to Science Direct, PsychNet and Dawson Era. The fees and student finances, information relating to tuition fees and examination fees, registration fees, funding, application forms, invoicing, receipts. Careers and personal development, information relating to careers and further development opportunities in the area of study that you're interested in. The student email will give you a direct link if you require to our Office 365 services and student email services. So we just quickly click on, I'm not going to go into great detail on any of these particular areas. There will be supplementary videos on using specific aspects of the learning management system and other resources later on in these programs. So, for instance, if we just quickly click on the Masters program here, you're provided with a range of information regarding postgraduate student resources, IT materials, so you'll find links to other manuals and information, things like your assignment cover sheets, book lists. All this information can be readily found and accessed. These kind of resources are essential. This central location for accessing them is a major feature of the learning management system. Now you may find these resources mirrored in the website on student resource pages, but if you're looking for anything, this should be where you start. Anything to do with your studies, that is. So on the left hand side here you will find details about the modules that you're studying. Modules are the particular sections that you're studying in any particular time on your course. So during any particular semester you will be studying perhaps 2-3 modules, and you will find all the information you require on these modules here. So if we, for instance, take a look at, just to give you an idea of how to structure it. Again, we'll be going into more detail on these at a later stage. So the particular module we're looking at here now is from second year undergraduate program, and it's called the Theory of Psychological and Psychometric Assessment. And the module lecturer is Harry Dickinson, which that's me, by the way. So for your sins, you'll have to face me at some stage. So this particular module reflects the general layout that you will find when you log into one of the modules. So you will find it divided up into a number of different topic areas, and these topic areas will be based upon sessions or your weekly engagement. In other words, what you should be studying during any particular week. As a part-time student, you will have a number of face-to-face days with lecturers, but for the rest of that time, most of your learning will be self-directed. So where this kind of material comes into its own and where it becomes a vital part of your study program is that it helps you keep on track with your self-directed learning, indicating where you should be at any particular time or any particular week during the semester and what you should be studying during that week. So you will see modules here related to self-directed study, such for instance if we take a look at section 7, this would be again in week 7 of the program, and it would be on ethical and legal issues. You'd have no lecture that particular week, and therefore the material you'd be looking at here would be related to notes and further information that might help you with your studies. So for instance, if we just click on one, just to give you an example of it, click on notes from chapter 3. Here you will get a printout or download of the slides covered on for that particular module. You will also find a narrated lecture on the particular topic area. You could also find, depending again upon the module you're studying and the level you're studying at, that this narrated lecture might be replaced by podcast produced in Adobe, or you may find recordings of live lectures here. You'll also find perhaps a series of notes provided by your lecturer, covering different aspects. In this case, it's dealing with ethical and legal issues, and there's actually then a link to a video on ethics in nursing. So this particular module gives you some idea of the kind of material that you're going to find when you log in here. You will also find at the head of all of these particular topic areas, you'll find a descriptor for the module that you're studying. This is always very useful. It gives you a very good guideline as to what you will be covering. So you will get details of the learning outcomes for the module and the indicative syllabus, the kind of material that you're going to be covering throughout the module. This is very useful in giving you an overview of the topic area and again guiding you in your self-directed learning. There will be other links provided by the student, depending again of course on the module. In this particular instance, there are links to practice tests and assessments for students to view. There's further resources there related to interest profiling. As well as the module descriptor, you will also get a PDF of the assessment requirements. In this instance, there's a continuous assessment part to your assessment, which is 60%, and there's also a project work 40%. Again, this roughly reflects the kind of material that you can expect to engage with for all modules. Finally, you will find a section where you get to upload your module assignments. All assignments from ICHAS are submitted electronically. And this section here will be covered in a separate video, just to make it clear as to how you go through the process of uploading your assignments. Just click on it quickly there just to give you a view of it. In this case I'm getting a view that's based upon my login, which is as a lecturer, so I'm able to view the submitted assignments. So here we'll see these are all the assignments submitted by the students on this particular module. Okay, so as well as the primary resources which you find in your topic outlines, you will also on the left hand side see a number of boxes related to the course. So you'll get latest news, so any new information that the lecturer might have, or any information they might want to communicate to you, he'll do through the latest news section usually, or there are upcoming events you need to be aware of, assignment dates or information from the events calendar will come up in the upcoming events section. Any recent activity that's going on, you'll also have a section that will show you if there's any of your fellow students logged on that you can communicate with. The facility to communicate with fellow students is very similar to much of the material or much of the systems you would see in such as Facebook or other social media. It's a basic messaging system. Okay, so in following your modules, you will notice in this one here that there's one related to live sessions. So they will not contain the same material as the pre-recorded ones. So we're just going to quickly switch over to another program to have a brief look at some of the other features. So this one is from the Master's program, and it's a common module on evidence-based practice and research, as generally presented by Professor Ryan. Again, you will see the familiar layout here in topic areas, and again this is there to help guide you on any self-directed learning. As some of the extra features I want to have a look at here is if we look at the module introduction here, for instance, there's some helpful information on critiquing articles and reading. There's an introduction to the module, and that's a set of PowerPoint slides. So you will find the resources in many different formats, in PowerPoint, Word documents, PDF documents, and your manual will help you understand what's required in order to read and use this information. As well as this, you will see here a link, and this is where you'll find a link to any live lectures that are going on. And again, there's a separate video on using Adobe and engaging with the live lectures. So this link here will take you to a live lecture. In this case, this lecture was on the 30th of the 9th, 2014. So this is more than likely now in recorded format. And you'll also find pre-recorded material here on particular topics. And each topic area then has its own either lecture notes, supporting material, as you can see here, suggested supporting reading in PDF format. A wide range of material is made available to you on every course that you're studying. And again, it's all focused on helping you with your self-directed learning and keeping you on track with your learning. So this resource, this learning management resource, is a vital part of your studies and is an integral part of the blended learning environment. Okay, that about sums it up. The Learning Management System. This has been a brief introduction to the system. There will be videos that will provide further detail on using specific aspects of the Learning Management System. In particular, interfacing with Adobe Connect and live lectures and recorded lectures. There will also be obviously further information on using some of the library services, etc. So, until the next time.